So do you ever feel like you put in a lot of effort to set up your lives on the different social media channels that you have, and you do all the prep work, you do put in all this energy and effort, and then you have nobody comes to watch it, and there's very little engagement. You feel like you're wasting your time. If that is the case, I'm glad that you are here and glad that you are watching, because today I'm going to give you the step-by-step structure that you should consider to use. This is a suggestion, of course, but this is what has worked for me. It's the step-by-step structure that you can use to set up your Facebook Lives or any other live that you do on another channel, on another social media channel. So if you have not met me before, my name is Anna Olson. I am a coach and mentor teaching small business owners how to use video on social media to grow their business. If you are joining me live, please say hello, tell me where you're coming in from, and join the conversation. I would love for you to interact with me as I give you this content. If you're watching the replay, just let me know what was valuable to you, and I will come back and say hello within the next day or so. So let's talk about Facebook Lives or any other live that you're doing. You know, when I first got started, I didn't know what to say either. It was so scary to me to not know what to say. And I would prepare all this information. And sometimes I even tried to read script. Well, it is not the way to do it. Hopefully you're not at that point yet. If you're not doing lives, then that might be something that you want to consider. It is definitely the most watched and the most utilized marketing strategy on social media these days. So you might want to consider that for your business. I mean, to move forward. Yes, it can be scary at the beginning. And I have to tell you, if I can do it, anyone can do it, because I was extremely scared of video when I first got started. But I wanted to do it. And so I kept trying. I go back and I look at some of those Facebook Lives that I did at the beginning, and I just cringe at how I put it together and how it all worked. But it's okay. It's okay. You can be human. You can make a mistake. You can... The audience that wants to see your stuff isn't going to care. They want to hear from you. So you need to be in video. And you also need to be in video because it's the only way, or it's one of the best ways to actually get to know somebody. I mean, I have a lot of friends online that I've never met in person, but I do feel like I know them. I have gotten to be able to, because they do lives, I can get to know them. I can get to understand who they are, what they stand for, what they don't stand for. And that's where video comes in. So that is so handy and so good. And it should be something that you might want to consider. That's all I'm saying. So let's go ahead and talk about the structure to put together your live. So first of all, just like I did at the beginning of this video or this live, I asked a question. So you want to have a statement or a question. A clear, concise statement or question is the most effective, because you're going to draw the people in right away at the beginning of the live. Okay. And then ask people to say hello. I just did that. Say hello. Tell me where you're coming in from. Ask them to say hello. And you know what? I did introduce myself. I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot to introduce myself. But no, I did. Your audience should never guess who's talking. Maybe it's a person that's the first time watching you. They should never guess who's talking. So always introduce yourself. Let them know who you are and what you do. And then remind people to join the conversation. You know, if you can relate at all about the doing Facebook Lives, put a number 1 in the comments. So when I come back to look at the comments, I know that I asked for number one in the comments, and that's I'm asking for engagement. So you always want to ask for engagement, encourage engagement, and so that's kind of that's how you can interact with a one-way video kind of thing. Okay. So number one was to write a question or a statement. Number two was to ask people to say hello in the comments. And number three was to introduce yourself. Number four is to remind people to engage. And number five is to share a story relevant to the topic. So I already shared my story about how I used to do Facebook Lives and how I go back and I feel like they were terrible. But, and I was so scared of Facebook Lives and doing video like that. But make the story relevant to the content that you're sharing. So if it's not Facebook Lives that you're sharing, make sure that you have a story to go with it. Something, you've had an experience with it, most likely. If you're teaching something that you've had an experience with, share your experience. People just want to know that you're human, just like they are. So you want to make sure you do that. And then number 6 is deliver the content. Deliver your content, and you could do personal stories within each. If you have bullet points of topics that you wanted to cover, and you have personal stories that go within those, that's fine to do that too. And then number 7 is have a CTA, a call to action. Always, always, always have a call to action. Maybe it's as simple as, hey, say hi to me. Give me a hi in the comments. It could be as simple as that. But always, always have a call to action. People want to know what to do next. Now, my call to action tonight here is I want you to like my page. Like my page. I have